If you are a parent of young kids, you may have noticed that the later you stay up at night, the earlier the kids wake up the next day. It's true. One of my books is called I Used to Have Answers, Now I Have Kids. And my mom once said to me, if you don't have answers, find some. Well, I was 9 months old at the time, so I hadn't a clue what she was talking about. But through the years, I've found some answers by interviewing about 100 parenting experts, and I've learned stuff the hard way while helping my wife raise 3 kids. But I gotta tell you, they are all grown up now, and you'd like them. You really would. The best tools you have in parenting are prayer and God's grace. And here are 5 other practical parenting tips. I'm going to be showing more on a future show, so feel free to comment and add your advice. Number 1, act your wage. Experts tell us that the leading cause of divorce is money trouble. Great lessons are caught more than taught. So from my wife, our kids learned 2 commandments that should be pasted to every fridge. Thou shalt spend less than thou earnest, and if thy credit cards outspend thee, cut them off. If I were a president or prime minister, one of my first moves would be to hire a mother of 4 children living on $35,000 a year and put her in as budget director. She would straighten out the mess we're in because she would know how to budget. There's my rant for the day. Act your wage. Second, love your spouse. Kathy Peel, an editor and author and mother of 3, told me about commitment. She said, my generation doesn't even know how to spell it. When things get tough, we want to bolt, to jump into the next thing and find something or someone else. And that's why so many marriages end in divorce. The good news is that God forgives us when we make mistakes, and we can make a commitment to stick with it where we are right now. I like that advice. Number 3, don't always be right. Grammy award-winning singer Stephen Curtis Chapman believes that the 5 hardest words a man is ever going to say, apart from "you may marry my daughter," are these: I'm sorry, I was wrong. He also believes the words are essential to a healthy home atmosphere. I would like to come to the end of my life, says Stephen, and have my wife say, I saw him blow it, but his greatest desire was to live a life that honored Jesus Christ. It would be nice if people remembered a song here and there, but that's pretty insignificant compared to my desire to know Jesus. Don't always be right. Number 4, invest in friendships. I asked the author and pastor Gordon MacDonald about moral failure in his life. He blamed only himself, but he did offer this insight. What helps people survive and thrive is the accountability, support, and rebuke that come from being in a tightly knit group. I need guys in my life who will look me square in the face and say, Gordon, at this point you're full of it. If I had had those men 10 years ago, we wouldn't be talking about failure today. Gordon advised seeking out mentor couples to monitor our marriages and our family lives. We need each other. Invest in friendship. And number 5, plan for your funeral. What? Yes. Patrick Morley, former president or managing partner of 59 companies, watched as his empire crumbled. A financial crash brought him to his knees and to a redefinition of the word success. This is what he said: no amount of success at the office will account for failure at home. He told me failure is succeeding at what doesn't really matter. I went to a funeral recently and I noticed that the only people weeping were in the front row. And I asked myself, I wonder who's going to cry at my funeral. Why do we give the most of our time to those who care about us the least, and the least of our time to those who care about us the most? Let's hang out with those who are going to cry at our funeral. Act your wage, love your spouse, don't always be right, invest in friendship, and plan for your funeral. One final thing, would you laugh with your family? Kids need to hear it. They're going to thank you one day for doing that. Life is serious, of course, but I prefer laughter to tears. There is less cleaning up to do afterwards. Maybe you're wondering how long I've been in this white room. They won't let me out till you push that subscribe button. Please, please. Ah!